This time on Universal Confusion Podcast. Today, guys, we are talking about Vince McMahon's in some trouble, from what I understand.
Was this like people who won the big checks?
Like,
was this what he would do to them?
This seems like it was written out
That's
of
a different
somebody's,
McMahon.
like, yeah, he wasn't drinking and driving, and he didn't commit abortion.
Right. Welcome back to another episode of Universal Confusion Podcast. It's been a whole week since you saw one of these.
Booyah.
Since the last one, we all went out collectively and we bought Justin a new beanie. No more strings. No strings attached, if you will. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate it. My
still-
head is warm.
You still owe $20 on that though, because me and Aaron kicked in more. So
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm just saying,
right after
you-
this, I left my
Yeah.
wallet in the car.
Yeah, we're gonna kick your ass.
Okay.
Just saying.
Right after this, they're kicking my ass. Today, guys, we are talking about Vince McMahon's in some trouble, from what I understand.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's in a little pickle, I guess.
Now,
Wait, is he in a pickle, or was he
I think it had to do with
was a
pickles.
pickle in something?
Yeah.
Using a pickle as a phrase, a term for the kind of situation I guess he's got himself into. Something about sex trafficking and all these. Kind of gives me Jeffrey Epstein
I was
vibes,
going to say,
kinda.
I assume you know something about it. I don't know a whole lot about it. I didn't even hear about it until you had brought it up as a
Right.
topic for the podcast. So
Yeah, there's some.
give me a rundown of what's going on
There's
here.
there's some text messages out there that back up a woman's claims of a lot of craziness that was happened to her and sexual scenarios, let's say.
Was
so-
there uproarious laughter?
I mean, I wasn't there, so I'm not rich enough to.
Okay.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Uproarious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Brett Kavanaugh. That's what you fucking Christine Blasey Ford, man. She said there was uproarious laughter when Brett Kavanaugh and his friends sexually assaulted her on a date that she didn't remember.
No idea. I made that up on my own.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Anyway, go ahead.
that's pretty. That's pretty good memory of remembering details from
Yeah, no, I remember a lot of things.
6
man.
years ago or whatever.
No, I really do.
Uproarious laughter.
But
But
I mean, that was just that statement.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
'Cause I've
kind of
never heard that
this
prior-
girl's
prior to
claiming that she was used
Not
around
in
the
that-
WWE for certain people's sexual shit, and
Who
then
was?
this girl that worked in the WWE. I'm not 100% what her position was. Well, I can think
Sounds
of
like doggy.
position she ended up in. Yeah, I was gonna say, but so she's made some claims and about her being passed around, and they're hitting them with like sex trafficking, So and there's some text messages, so that he sent that were kind of.
Now you have some of the text messages.
Yeah, we
pulled
do.
up.
We do. Let's pull up
I
the,
guess,
the first one.
Which one do we
Yeah,
start from the left?
Yeah,
And
we'll
so are
start
these
right
from
there.
his
No, go over
perspective?
one more. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. We'll put
So
this up on
Janelle
the
is her
thing.
name, and this is the one of the texts he sent her.
I love it. That's
guess-
huge, You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll.
Why do you sound like
demand
Strong Bad?
Yeah.
too brave.
So if you read this in Vince McMahon's voice, that if you grew up in the 80s and 90s and even in the 2000s, there's quite a big piece of quite a few generations that kind of have heard Vince McMahon's voice. So that made it that much more like weird reading it as if he was saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But the thing about this too is there's not a lot of like they show like two of her responses to some things. I don't know if like what this is all they have, of those. You could go to the next one too. It's even weirder. He talks about some things. And he says your last picture. So you got to start to think, what did she send him? You know what I mean? He's responding to your last picture.
Yeah, that's.
So, I mean, was she a willing partner in this,
Yeah, I don't know.
There's something So
it does feel
all I
like
can
a
say is
McMahon bot
this
movie.
guy wouldn't have been shit without Dent and Singletary and Peyton. There's no way he won a Super Bowl without those guys.
Yeah. Now this is a different McMahon.
He knows.
The one that won the Super Bowl.
No, this is not
Not the Chicago Bears guy.
different McMahon wrestling.
There's other ones.
Ed McMahon.
Wrestling. Yeah.
No, this is Ed McMahon that was on the
Is that
Tonight
like
Show.
Jim's cousin or something?
Yeah. They're all related. All the McMahons are related.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got the same name.
No, this is not the Super Bowl shuffle guy.
This is not the
This
Super
is
Bowl
his
show.
brother. Or his uncle, Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Real famous in the wrestling community.
Yeah, he knew Joe Pesci.
I feel like with his text here, he could have been good at football too, though. Maybe.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I like how he used emojis for most of it. Anyway,
Yeah. And he liked repeating.
I still feel like this is Mike Singletary.
He liked the word cum. He did.
And
He liked to say the word
big-
cum and dicks and cock
like,
and dicks
as
and
do we all.
big black
mean-
dicks and all three of her holes
Who
at the
doesn't love
same
big
time.
black dicks? Like,
I
what do
mean-
we? Everybody does. All three.
I wonder
of them
what
at the same time.
Vince McMahon is into. You know what I mean?
Dick Schofer was a good friend of mine growing up. I mean, he was.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, as dicks go, he was a large
I knew a Mike Hunt,
dick.
so there was a Mike Hunt.
Okay.
like it's such a weird thing.
What is?
Like, that just, like, to send somebody, that just seems like it's, like, somebody wrote that.
Okay, but
Like-
you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
somebody wrote that. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
well,
That's how.
Vince
what I
McMahon.
mean is, like,
That's how
somebody
messages
wrote that,
work.
like, either
I
they
don't
were,
think this was
like,
an opener, Justin.
they were discussing, like,
Nice to
a
meet
porn
you.
shoot, like, normal
BTW.
people, like,
She obviously sent
like,
him
you
a
just-
picture.
don't talk like.
Go to the next one now. I mean, I'm
Well,
sure
it's
all
just
of our
written-
readers have
the way it's
managed
just
to,
written,
to
Look,
get
it
through
feels
it.
we're-
like it was
I think-
written.
I think we're
for-
judging the
Zoom
guy a
in
little
on
quick
that.
here. That's like every text I've ever sent.
Yeah, no,
It
I
just
know.
seems like-
I can
But you don't have billions of dollars.
attest to that.
This is where he passed his phone around to a bunch of guys, and they were all screaming, "Oh my God, she's fucking beautiful! Look at that ass! I'd like to get that." I paused to count one out
It just
loud.
seems
I mean,
like
this is a
somebody
very
wrote a
long
book.
description.
It
I
seems
know,
like
dude.
somebody's writing a book.
There's
Like,
12 of
it just
you,
doesn't
and
seem
she
like
would
a
love
normal
to fuck
text.
each and every one
It's
of
a
you at one
memoir.
time.
It
Those
just-
guys cheer, man. They're like, "Yeah, Vince McMahon." But she will only do it if she takes 3 at the same time, man.
Huh.
That brought a huge reaction. They're like, "Yeah." Vince really likes to see 3 dudes bang one chick. And they're all buffed out, tan, and oiled down.
Who doesn't?
Dude, I mean.
I mean, let's go, Vince.
Yeah, you know?
Blame this guy for having taste, I guess. I don't know.
Must be embarrassing to have your text like this. Like what does Vince watch when he goes and
Not
watches
really.
porn?
That's the
You know,
embarrassing
Not really
part.
though. Like if somebody was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna post your text," and it's a whole bunch of me just trying to get chicks to have 3 or 4 ways with dudes, and it's not just a bunch of gay. Like he could literally be on there like, "I want to take 3 dicks."
That would be worse.
That'd be way worse.
That would be
I
worse.
mean, if you're not gay.
So-
if you are gay, maybe that'd be good. I don't know.
So yeah, no. If
Not
we're
gay, so.
I guess if we're judging the
I can tell
severity
myself.
of this, it's not a 10.
Well, no, I mean, this is just some of the things that are in the discovery of this case that he's going to be.
So
It
So, like,
just
was he
seems
doing this-
like
was he-
that whole thing. It just seems like a written so weird.
Isn't it?
Deep thoughts with Justin.
now is he doing this
It
to
just
like
seems fake.
the
These
Publishers
texts, as we
Clearinghouse
call
winners?
them, were having the time of their
like
life.
did he was this like people who won the big checks?
Like-
was this what he
No,
would do to them?
This seems like it was written out
That's
of
a different
somebody's
McMahon.
like.
That
No, this
How is
seems
that-
like it was written
Boy.
while he was traveling.
Wrestling.
You know what I mean? He's like on his private jet flying somewhere.
yeah,
And
clearly
he
he
has
was
time
wrestling
to just
someone.
sit there,
It sounds
and
like
fuck with this
pages
chick.
out of a book.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
It's
the
just written.
it's not the McMahon that did the.
You could go to the
Publishers
last one.
Clearinghouse.
I've
deal.
never read
It's a
text
different guy.
messages
No,
by
no, no.
Vince McMahon, but I have a feeling that
You can
it
go to
would
the-
sound like
Hey, Gus.
No. Yeah, no.
Go to the next one.
Yeah, no, this is definitely that guy.
Yeah,
And then
no.
there's one where she has like one response. You know,
The
these
comedian.
these
the fucking,
compliments will keep on
this is
coming,
the same.
baby.
This is the same McMahon that fought. He was a combat aviator and fought in wars, right?
No, this is a different McMahon.
He knows. He knows who it is. He used to have what was his wrestle buddy.
Sausage.
He had the Hulkamania.
Well, I mean, everybody in the military had
Wrestle
a wrestle
buddy.
buddy. That's not.
There you go.
It's part of training.
Yeah.
No, I mean this.
Different-
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
your,
you were issued
your
a
Dow,
wrestle
man.
buddy.
All your wrestling toys. You know, yeah, your wrestling buddy.
I mean, you guys remember the commercials, right? My body and me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, military contract. I
Ed
remember.
McMahon was on Johnny Carson's show, and he talked about this.
No, this is Dale. This is a different McMahon. A totally different guy.
No, I feel like it's not.
You think they're all the same? Anything McMahon is the same guy. So he won a Super Bowl. He went to
he's
war.
just time traveling.
He was on Johnny Carson's show,
yeah,
and he sent all these things to some slut.
yeah.
How is that not believable? I don't understand what you're
Okay.
saying right now.
I guess that's true. And amongst all that, doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah.
So
I did the Super Bowl
And
shuffle.
I mean, now that I say like it sounds like it's kind of like written fake. Not to say that it couldn't happen because like some rich white billionaire like doing that. Yeah, absolutely. Come on.
Yeah. Oh
So wait, I don't.
But
I'm coming down there, baby, and I'm gonna get you in my private jet.
So has anyone else stated in this lawsuit, like as far as like having knowledge of this, any big names in the
No,
Dale
no.
wrestling community or anything like that? 'Cause, I mean,
He
he was
only
clearly
knows
talking
about-
other.
Greco-Roman wrestling. That's all he knows about is the
Yeah.
Greco-Roman.
But in the text messages, he was talking about all
The
these
males
people,
are
blah
nude.
blah 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 blah.
yeah.
Are they talking about other WWE wrestlers? Who are we talking about?
I mean, we're talking about like employees, you know, people that are in the organization.
So just employees.
I don't
So, like,
know
you're
if
banging
there
the
was-
camera guy tonight.
I don't know. I guess I mean techs. He was talking about technicians. You know, it's probably the road crew of the WWE. You know, to like look at this girl. You know, she
I'm
must have
pretty
obviously.
sure.
He must have. They must have done some crazy things,
Well, he
and
went
then
through
now she's like,
extreme
you
lengths.
know what?
To keep his employees happy, I will say.
I guess this one like got the Jelly of the Month club for.
yeah,
Christmas
about,
bonus.
I give you the links is about 12 inches.
All right, Justin.
Yeah.
So where's this?
Yeah.
Where's this case stand as of today? Then
Oh, he's got to go
about
to
straight
court.
up, Doc.
All
Seems
right.
interesting.
Yeah. I don't know where it's going, man. I won't follow it until I hear what goes on. I don't know. Sometime in the next month, he's going to be in court, I guess.
So let me get this straight though. He was rich though.
yes,
Yeah.
So this rich guy did some weird shit.
some rich guy shit.
It's another one.
Huh.
Just another rich guy doing the same rich guy shit.
No.
My mind is blown.
Yeah. I mean,
can't-
that doesn't
I
take
can't
much to
believe
do, though.
that.
Your mind's pre-blown, man.
I think that I think these bitches are asking for it. I mean, look the way they're dressed.
totally agree with you. Then they get mad and they want to get even.
No, they just want money.
yeah, there's a lot of that.
Well, I mean, he clearly sent the message of lots of black dicks.
Yes.
Like,
Maybe
lots
she-
of them.
But like, I'm
Maybe
seeing
she's
here,
taken
like,
lots of black
you
dicks,
don't-
though,
like-
already.
I'm seeing
Maybe
here.
this is like her history.
All I
don't
gotta
know.
say is if somebody was like sent that to me and was like, hey, there's gonna be a whole bunch of black dicks here. I don't
I
care if
wish
they were
someone
black
would
dicks
send
or
something
white
like
dicks
that
or
to me.
whatever, but like
You're taking them.
I'm probably not
Yeah.
gonna go. Like, you know,
So
that's-
the
that's
response
all
is, we haven't discussed it at all. It's up in the air. That does not sound like a victim. That sounds like somebody who's like, wait a minute,
Yeah, right?
we
I'm
haven't
just
discussed
saying.
this.
Yeah.
If somebody was like, hey, we got an idea and you're going to take a bunch of fucking dicks to the face.
Like I quit.
And yeah, your response should be like, go fuck yourself, weirdo. Like, I'm not fucking like, but that's not what was said.
I'm sending
What
these
was
texts
said
to the
was,
authorities.
hold on a second, we haven't discussed this. It's up in the air. Up in the air means, I don't know, maybe what we're talking about here. I don't.
I'm not saying no.
It seems like maybe she let herself be sexually assaulted,
Yeah.
which is a little different because consent is consent. And then here's the thing. If you're like 20 years later, if you're like, I shouldn't have really consented to that. Well, you don't really get to be like, I'm going to press charges on some shit that I agreed to a long time ago and decide now in my life, 20 years later, that I shouldn't have probably done that. That's fucking stupid.
I think we've all done things that we regret. Maybe not, the severity may vary.
I'm thinking about
some
not paying my
severity may
bills
vary.
last month that I agreed to.
Right. But
Because, I got taken advantage of.
yeah, I see what you're saying. 20, 30 years later is a strange time to bring this stuff up.
Yeah.
This isn't 20 or 30 years ago.
How long was it?
This is like within the last 5 years, I guess.
Okay. I guess.
Did she go with it?
I mean, he's
Is it
obviously
one?
in
Is
this.
it multiple?
I don't know, man. I mean, I guess, that shit will come out, but I mean, like, this is the only thing that's really
So
been released.
what gets me about this is
But I mean, for me though, it's like his text is a response to her talking about of not like, being communicating, you know what I mean, across like texting and shit. It seems like she's trying to get him to leave her alone,
Okay, maybe.
and you know what I mean. So he's like, he's telling her that these compliments will keep on.
I see a pattern here.
Where
though.
you're scared of communication and photos. She's like, well, I'm scared for my job. You know what I mean? Because she's sending already has sent a bunch
What
of
are you reading that
nude
I'm not?
photos. Vince is the white text up
Yeah,
there.
no,
with
I
the,
see that, but then I see
the white box.
we haven't discussed it at all. It's up in the air. Johnny complained about getting a new phone and it just arrived. I haven't set up time to coordinate setting it up with IT because I need him to assure me that he's erased everything he's ever saved. Truly, I regret that he ever got pics. It's not worth the stressing I'm feeling. I'm done with it.
So yeah,
She
obviously
there
has
was
sent
pics
shit.
that were out there that she agreed to previously. My point is, I see a pattern of women going, hey, what's happened lately is now I can be like, whatever the fuck I did in college,
yeah,
I can bitch about now and be like, he assaulted me.
I get what you're saying.
Bitch, you're the one that let the fucking whole frat run a train on you. That was your choice. Most of the time, that's not because they held her down and made her do it. She was drunk and did some stupid shit. You don't get to sue somebody later for some drunk, stupid shit you did. If that's the case, then I'm filing lawsuits on the fucking wreck. Dude, nope, I was drunk, didn't know what I was doing. You got to fucking go down. It's only because these guys are rich.
Well,
That's
yeah, I totally get what you're saying, man. Because
Gold digging
it seems
bitches.
like, it's like she ultimately, took part in all of this shit and then decided that she was done with it.
Mhm.
So now, because of how bad it is with these texts you sent me, I mean, maybe she was just like banging one or two guys or something, and Vince is like obviously had banged her too, or done
Vince
something.
who, though? It just says Vince,
Oh God!
and there's no picture.
So
That could be any fucking goddamn Vince.
So yeah. So she decides now she wants to.
No,
I mean, I
get
know some
money.
Vinces.
I seriously think so because, listen, if this chick is literally taking 3 cocks, if that's what she was doing at any point in time during this whole thing, and she wasn't
Or at least
in
one.
chains while it was happening and was free to accept the cocks or not, you don't get to complain about accepting cocks later.
YMH did a
You-
whole kind of bit on
You
this.
are a slut,
I know.
and now you want to get paid for being a fucking slut.
Yeah.
You didn't negotiate the terms
This
prior
has been
to
a
the fucking interaction.
7-minute diatribe of you explaining to me what we already know what's going on. I appreciate you wasting my
Well,
time.
fucking pay attention.
So yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
listen up.
She should have been smart, filmed that shit, and put it on fucking the hub, man.
Yeah.
Made some money on
Now,
it.
is that guy guilty of doing some fucked up things? Absolutely. You know he is. He's got too much money.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way it goes, they all are.
I mean, the dude in Office Space said it best, man. What would you do for $1 million? And he said, 2 chicks.
At the same time.
What would you do with $1 million?
Not all chicks want would do that. And he's like,
Yeah.
well, the type of chicks that would double up on a dude like me would.
Yeah.
Got a point. I just feel like I think women get caught up. Women, men, whatever. Fucking people get caught up in
Men
the,
ain't doing this.
Dude, Norm Macdonald did the thing about the old Bill Cosby thing, and he's like, if I met Bill Cosby, and he was like, hey, you want to come up to my room, and it's the biggest room they ever had in Vegas, and hang out with me, and blah blah blah. Like, fucking, do I want to fucking go to like the best room ever, and hang out with the best comedian ever? Like, absolutely, yeah, I'm gonna go to that room, and like, I'm going to be thirsty and be like, hey, can I get some water? And he's like, why is it purpley and bubbling? Like, don't worry about it. It's celebrity water. Just drink it.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself, we were talking about this earlier. No matter what position you're in, you're a percentage responsible for that position
Yeah.
because you're there.
Well, it's just kind of like, the whole like Weinstein shit like that. Those rumors were going around for years before anything happened.
Everybody knew Weinstein was doing some dirty shit. He was
Right.
a Hollywood producer, and they all do.
But it's like all the rumors like spread through Tinseltown, and then eventually, you know what I mean? Then they were like forced to, and years later. He's
And can you
getting
blame
hit for
these
shit.
guys who are like, I've got power, I've got money, women will sleep with me just for a fucking taste of it?
Can I blame them?
You're
Yeah,
not gonna
I mean,
you're not gonna abuse that. You're not gonna use that to your
It's
advantage.
a tale
Every
old as
human,
time, man. That's
every
a tale
human
old
would
as
do
time.
that, and they do. Bill
I'm
Clinton
a
got his
king.
dick sucked in the White House. Do you think that's because Bill Clinton was so fucking hot that bitch just couldn't resist? Is that what it was, or was it because he was the fucking leader of the free world?
Yeah.
Well,
I think it
duh.
might have
Well,
been that one.
I think it was that.
When you
and
could
then,
get
then he
famous from
was like,
sucking the president's
hey,
cock, like
Monica,
Chappelle said.
check this out. Let me play this thing for you. And he hit her with that fucking sweet ass saxophone, and then she was like,
Oh, and she was so stupid she had no idea that, like, it's the president's dick I'm sucking. No, she knew. That bitch was fucking, they're all
Oh,
guilty.
of course, man.
They're whores. The
Well,
men, the
I
women,
mean-
they're all of them. They're all the fucking whores. Everybody's just trying to get laid, man. That's
They're
the whole,
all of them.
that's human existence. Is just trying to get laid. And when you have enough money, your options widen on how you and who you can get laid with. If you have enough money, you can watch other fucking people get fucked by 3 black dudes with huge cocks.
and if you have no money, you can watch the same thing. Cause
Yeah, you can. It's free.
Just get kicked out of the library. They're not gonna kick them out
You
of the
have to
library
watch it
again.
on your phone. You can't be
Not
in the
again,
room.
Justin. You're banned for another week.
Oh, you're just watching porn in the library.
I have like 8 accounts. It's okay. I just swap between them. Thanks, NordVPN.
He's got 3 computers going to porn at the fucking library, man.
So I guess my point is, I hope he goes to jail for a really long time.
Well, I mean, if like
That's what I got out of it. Yeah.
Basically,
Fucking
yeah.
pig.
Right?
Yeah. What a piece of
So
shit.
did he step down from the wrestling thing or what?
some
I thought
call
I
him
heard
pig,
about it.
some call him
out?
content creator.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Oh, it's definitely content.
This wasn't driving around in a van just tricking bitches into it.
yeah, he
Like-
wasn't drinking and driving, and he didn't commit abortion.
Right.
Well, maybe.
Don't drink
I'm
and
sure
drive,
he
don't kill
paid for a
babies.
lot of abortions. I'm sure he's paid for a lot of abortions, man.
But he didn't text those women.
Well, back then they had the brick phones and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
The
This
sad-
dude's like 80 years
You know,
old, man.
on a mildly positive note, I do hear he signals when he turns. So
If that's the case, then he's all right by me.
yeah. That's really
Clearly,
all
he's
I need.
innocent.
If you
Clearly.
turn on your turn signal before you're turning, I don't really care what you do.
The rest is on
So
you.
you're a good guy.
Yep. The rest is
That's
you
right,
have
man.
respect.
the rest is okay
You
by
can
me.
murder puppies just like as they're born, just plow, plow, plow. I'd be
But
like,
that dude uses his turn
uses
signal.
his fucking turn signal though.
Yep.
Well,
Doesn't text while he drives. Good
No.
dude.
All right, guy.
Well, and I mean, he did run one of the most fucked up steroid infested fucking organizations that have ever graced the planet.
Yeah.
You know who? You
And
know
that's
who?
pretty impressive.
Yeah, you know who also used their turn signal a lot was the Green River Killer. You know, 'Cause he managed to pick up hookers from downtown
Are you talking
Seattle
about the guy
and
from
drive
the Green
all
Mile?
the way out into the wilderness and murdered a prostitute and then would dump
So
their
he was
body.
killing hookers.
Yeah, it was a
That's like
serial killer.
that's like a victimless crime. That's
So it's I mean, he used his turn signal though. You know,
I mean that's like
I'm sure he did. He didn't
that's
want
like
to get pulled over
shoplifting
with dead
gum.
hookers.
No
I mean,
one cares.
come on, man.
No one cares.
It's a smart guy.
Yeah, no one wants to get pulled over with
Very
dead
good.
hookers.
No, that's why you leave them there.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Well, good story.
Vince McMahon, a good story. Vince McMahon, you know, he's in a bit of trouble.
You
He'll,
know, I
he'll
mean-
pay enough money.
I
to
tell
get
you what, I
out
wouldn't
of
want the feds up my ass because
No.
I've got the local fucking attorneys up my ass, and that's enough. I don't really need federal. No. Jesus fucking Christ! I think at that point I'm just squeezing.
You
triggers.
you have like barely any branch of government after you.
Yeah.
If you have more money, you would have more branches of
If
government.
you have like the local village after you, it sucks.
Yeah, that would suck.
The
Let alone-
local village. Are we in an RPG?
They got
Running
pitchforks
around.
and,
The local village
tiki
is after
torches.
me. I killed the chicken.
Hello,
Have
adventurer.
you ever seen M. Night Shyamalan's The Village? Fuck you, man. I don't want nothing to do with that shit.
I don't know how many villages you run across.
You're living in one.
Yeah,
Wait,
that was
he's
that
almost
was
a
a good
village.
time, man. I'm glad I was able to learn about Vince McMahon and
Yeah, he's
His-
a sicko with money. And
Well, I
doing
mean,
a lot
like,
of
I
all
good
right,
know.
well, here's the
He's
thing.
a regular guy
He's
who
in a-
could pay for live porn. That's all that is.
yeah,
live porn.
live porn.
He's got enough money to be like, you know what? I don't want to watch porn. I'm going to text this girl and these guys, and I'm going to watch porn live in my living
Now, with that
room.
being said, is it a combination of his age and money? Because he can't figure out, like, is it www or do you just put the website and
Oh.
then the .com, or where does the .com
Steroids
go?
have rotted his brain.
So he's like, instead of
No,
trying to
that's
figure out the whole URL thing,
that's probably why.
I'll just pay these chicks to do it.
Well, he doesn't know any other way because he's
Well, no, he figured out the you real life thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you real
The
life
IRL.
porn.
He figured out the IRL. Got it.
and steroids shrink your balls, so it probably wasn't that intimidating.
That's true.
It's like my balls will scare you.
Yeah, this whole thing has
I'm
made me
scared.
think of like,
Well,
where's
do
where's
you have like those monster balls? Like
you
from
keep
the
talking
90s
about
or
balls
whatever?
makes me think of Lance Armstrong and where he's at.
Yeah. See where that got him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
a
he
tour
would've
to
only-
France.
if he would have only sex trafficked some people.
Yep.
if he wouldn't have lost his balls, man.
He didn't. He like gained a huge one, I think, right? Because
He gave one. What is that? What happens when you get one ball removed? You get one huge ball.
It absorbs the ghost of the absorbs the ghost
Yeah.
of the other ball that's been
The
I got
removed.
energy.
huge balls. I got a huge ball.
Yeah.
Just one. It's monstrous.
You got like a gray croissant. It looks like your dick. It's just like
And there we are. So
I mean, your bag just looks like somebody slipped.
looks like a rock.
nice softball in it.
It looks like a big rock in a jewel bag.
we're just on to ball descriptions
Like a
now.
fleshy,
From Vince
hairy
McMahon.
jewel bag.
There's nothing I like more than talking about the description of people's testicles.
Balls. And with that being said, if you made it this far, please leave a like, subscribe.
You know, I was gonna
Leave
say.
a
I
comment.
was gonna say, even like
No one's
speaking
here.
of
No one
speaking of
likes
how
us.
No
long
one's
this
here.
podcast is about how long my balls are anymore. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Have you guys got a pic of
tell ya.
if you're a one nut and you got a nice sack pic with one nut? Put
Yeah.
that in the comments.
DM us. You can find us
Yeah,
on X
please.
as well.
Like, subscribe, slap a picture of your. Actually, don't slap
Don't
a
do
picture.
that.
of
Not
me.
on YouTube.
Don't
Not
do
on
that.
YouTube.
Yeah,
That's
bad.
fucking Christ.
Don't do that.
And we'll see you on the next
Quick
podcast.
way to get banned.
My dang old truck, my dang old pickup truck, and my dog. Who hit my wife?